What is up, BUGA? Welcome back to BUGA Meets, another episode, and I'm here with Kinya Williams. Kinya,
Yes.
Can you please introduce yourself and know your name, your major, year, and hometown?
Yes. So my name is Kinya Williams. I'm a fourth year, majoring in biology, pre-med, maybe. We'll see. And I'm from the real 706, otherwise known as Columbus, Georgia.
Real
Koga.
706.
Yes, sir.
So why is Athens the fake 706?
I don't know. Sierra knows. She's from Koga. Shout out to Tate, Kenneth, everybody from Koga, we know.
Okay.
Columbus is cool. I like Augusta. I'm technically from Augusta. I used to say I'm from Augusta, Douglasville, and Columbus because my dad was in the military.
Oh,
So I don't really know where
yeah,
I'm from,
yeah.
to be honest. But
From everywhere.
yeah.
Okay, how's your semester been so far? I know it's a new semester, but how's it been?
Yeah. It's been cool. I'm not going to lie. That first week beat me bad. Like, I don't even know. I went to class. We was whipping out syllabus already, getting started with content. I think we went to the syllabus, 2 times. They highlighted, 2 things, and they're like, all right, open chapter 1. And I was like, oh.
Say the word.
Yeah, classes like cell bio, I'm going to have to lock in because I think the senioritis is kicking in really bad.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like doing anything, but I'm going to have to lock in before I graduate.
And we only went to class in the flood, low
Yeah.
key.
Oh no, we did. I saw the TikToks with the. I didn't go to North Campus,
Yeah.
but I saw the stairs and stuff. It was
It was
bad.
a waterfall.
Yeah,
it was literally
bad.
a waterfall.
It was bad.
It was cool, but still bad.
Yeah, I literally was walking on the side of the street, and there was a big puddle next to the sidewalk, and a car drove by it and completely soaked my entire fit. I was so
Nah,
mad.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
We're
okay.
gonna have to
though.
find that truck. So, what are you all involved in on campus and everything?
Yeah, so my first year I was on the women's club rugby team for the first and second year I was here. I did some research things. I was in this what is it called? I was in this research lab studying Toxoplasma gondii. Honestly, I don't even know what I was doing. I was just telling what they were. I was doing what they were telling me to do. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. But right now I'm in a better research lab that I like doing now. I actually get to work with real patients with stroke and stuff like
that's
that.
cool.
So it's pretty cool. This year, I'm done with orientation. Thank the Lord. Because on me, I was bending down for the university. On my knees to the university. It was terrible.
Goodness.
So glad that's done with. But I met so many amazing people from I would do it again if I had the chance. But actually, that's not true. But it was a long summer. But I had fun. I think some other things, I'm an ambassador for the Franklin College of Arts and Science. Yeah, that's really all I can think of. I was doing some Black organizations like NCMW, NAACP, all those cool things. So, yeah.
That's cool. So, recently I know this happened last semester, but you have now become a pro fight in A to Xi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority Incorporated. So, how does that kind of change your role? Over a year in and now being a pro fight.
Yeah, I think it hasn't really changed my role for real. I still am trying to be really involved in the chapter. Of course, it's my last year, so I can only do so much. But I think right now, just make sure that I'm being a mentor to the new members. A lot of them, they probably didn't have any experience with anybody in their family in the sorority and stuff like that. So I just make sure I'm always there for them. And even people who aren't in my sorority, mentorship is really important to me. I'm always there for people that I care about. So that's really kind of the role that I take now, is just make sure that they're set up with their career, where they want to go in the sorority and stuff like that. So
that's amazing. So you were part of our homecoming choir. Congratulations again.
I was.
What was that experience like, and how were you nominated?
It was cool. It was so much fun. I'm not gonna lie, one of the most stressful weeks of my life. I had so much going on that week. Literally every time I tried to sit down, I was getting pushed to go take a picture here, take a picture there. So that was kind of the part that was a lot. The campaigning, I didn't really do much. I literally just passed out buttons and that was it.
How I'm running.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I just didn't really do too much because I had so much going on, but I was so honored to have that experience, to be one of 2 Black people on the court with Kai. So that was a really cool experience for me. And then my dad, he was so geeked to be on the stadium. So just to even see him so happy, taking pictures. My mom was dancing with Uga, dancing with what's his name? What is our mascot's name?
Oh, Harry.
Don't
Harry.
cancel me, y'all. Yeah, Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Dancing with Harry and stuff like that. So it was really cool. But basically to get nominated, there's a bunch of different orgs on campus. They all send there are 2 candidates or whatever. You answer 5 essay responses. So that really took me out. I hate writing essays.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a biology major. So I had to do 5 essays. And once you do that, they read through them. They kind of pick people they want to go to an interview. Interview 10 female, 10 men. And then you kind of figure out who we want to be on the court from there. They pick 5 queen candidates, 5 king candidates. So, yeah.
I mean, went through a very rigorous process.
Oh, yeah.
And you still made it on court. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool.
How did it feel like being like in the center of the stadium, having like, 70,000? Is it 70,000 people?
Maybe? I don't even know. Maybe like 96,000. I think that's how many people.
Goodness, I didn't know this.
Random facts. But
it's 92,000. There you go.
Yeah, you're right. It was cool. I think at first, like, I was nervous just because there were so many people I didn't even know. We were on TV. My dad had his friends texting him, like, bro, I see you on TV. So it was really cool. It was kind of nerve-wracking just to stand there and have everybody staring at you and they kind of, like, describe your accolades and stuff like that. But it was a really cool opportunity, again, like, for my family to see and just to be there with me, even though I took the L. But it was cool. Like, I would definitely do it again if I could. So.
I mean, you're putting us on a big stage, so I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
You've been in your fair share of orgs and other important things. What has driven you to kind of, like, pursue those?
Like I said earlier, just, like, mentorship. I feel like the reasons why I was given the opportunities I had was because of, like, other Black students that I looked up to. So that's kind of like how I wanted to be for incoming like first years of people that I came in contact with who were like younger than me. Because of course I wanted to go to medical school. I didn't really know the path like to get there. So now like being at this university, I've learned so much about so many different majors and how to get there. It was really important to me to kind of share my knowledge that I wish I had when I came in. So that's why I joined like things like orientation or like curriculum ambassador. Rugby was just to tackle people.
I met you like when you were playing rugby.
Yeah. I did rugby with Janelle. That's how I met Janelle. We was out there wrestling each other, just a bunch of random stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Really, like mentorship kind of drove my path, and of course, like the things I was interested in was like my career and like research and stuff like that. So
yeah. So I know you kind of like hinted at this earlier, but last semester, you were running for a homecoming. You were a OL, and we didn't know it, but you were initiating in a new line for your chapter. How did you kind of like handle all this, with it being your senior year?
It was a lot. I definitely had to lean on my support system to get through a lot of it. Just 'cause I had so much going on. I think the idea of me graduating really hit me last semester. So I was like, oh shoot, like college is not just where I'm gonna be at for the rest of my life. So I really had to come to terms with being on my own in the future. So kind of battling with that, doing classes, all the things I was involved in, it was a lot. So I had to kind of form a support system that was there for me. Of course, I started going to therapy and doing things like that just to make sure that my mental health was up to par. Because, of course, I'm not going to be here forever, and I need to be able to handle myself when I'm not here. So those are kind of the things that got me through. I started journaling. That's pretty much everything I started doing, kind of just to make sure that I was taking care of myself. But
okay, cool. So I know you kind of hinted this earlier about, last year in college and that, we're both honestly nervous.
Yeah.
But do you have, like, any plans, anything you kind of, like, looking forward to after?
Yeah. Well, I have a job to work at a lab in Grady.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Big job.
So I'm spite. But, yeah. So I have that lined up, which is cool. So during that, I'm going to try to figure out if I still want to go to medical school. That MCAT, I'm supposed to be studying right now, but every time I try to study for that, it just does not happen.
Everybody I talk to hates it.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully I can lock in for that. If not, I'm also looking into like nursing to maybe like a CRNA or something like that. So definitely something in the medical field. I just have to figure out what I want to do. But I feel like I'm just so burnt out right now. I just can't really think. So I think I'm definitely going to take that time like during that gap year to figure out what I want to do. But it's really no pressure. Like I'm really just trying to figure out or be comfortable with the unknown and figure out my own journey and stop stressing myself out over things I can't really control. So yeah, I'm excited.
I feel like you've done like so many like different and like great things.
Yeah.
And like also you're a people person. So I feel like honestly whatever you do, I feel like it's gonna work out for you.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Gabe.
I'm fine, I got you. So what's your best UGA memory so far?
Let's see. I think my favorite UGA memory was probably camping out. What is it called? For like the hard hats during college camping and stuff. Yeah. So I camped out for the Tennessee game. Definitely almost lost my life a few times. Like it got so tight in there, we couldn't breathe. We had to clear out because this one girl, because she was like passing out, whatever. But it was crazy. Definitely like 2,000 students camping out the day before for hard hats, like the next day. It definitely was like my first awakening to how crazy the students are here when it comes to like school spirit and stuff. But I definitely would do it again. Like that hard hat is I think literally my prized possession being here. Whenever anybody comes to my house, I show them like, hey, like I got this from college game day. So I think that and sophomore year, just because like the parties were so
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for like the incoming like students because we don't be doing nothing. We ain't been doing nothing, to be honest.
So we sold BUGA 24.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we're locked in with our lives. Like
we
know.
Really are.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. Like, bro, like we're more educationally sound. Like.
I mean, I'm not gonna talk too much, but I feel like back in the day, I think Tate Tom was such a big thing. Like everybody would go there, skip class to do that and stuff like that. And of course, like our class came in during COVID, so we never like saw what Tate Time was like. Yeah. So we never grew that like attachment to going to Tate Time, like skipping class. Like most of us are like, our class comes first before socializing. So I mean, that's kind of like how that occurred. So I mean, it's cool. We have functions, like we have the parties. I was standing on tables in houses I didn't even know who they were.
Okay.
Folks falling through grounds from the first year.
Yeah, I've never seen a video about that. That was crazy.
Yeah. So I wasn't there. Although it sounds so dumb, but I kind of wish I was there just for the experience. Like to tell my kids, like like
I fell through a floor.
Yeah, right. Not to diminish anybody who got hurt. I'm so sorry, but I just feel like it would have been just I don't know. Let me stop talking. First of all.
No, it's okay. It's okay to have college experiences.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I have things I regret. I have things I like. I did.
You just don't get to fall through a floor every day. So it's a very unique story. But.
So, since you mentioned Tate Tom, I want to bring this up. How do you feel about ELS time?
I feel like ELS is for studying, right? Okay. So I feel like the camaraderie is cool, the talking's cool, but sometimes it can get real rowdy. But that's what happens when there's Black people together. We get excited to see each other. We don't see each other very often, so it does get loud. But I will say it is nice to see like Black students studying together in ELS because that's where a lot of like the connections I've seen happen. Like I've seen first years who are like a business major and they meet like a fourth year in business and they kind of help each other out. So I think it's really cool that although Tate Time is not really a thing anymore, that it's moving to like more academically like sound in a way. Because I think at the end of the day, that's really like why we're here. And we can make connections. We don't always have to be talking about work all the time or just playing spades, stuff like that. So I just feel like it's very like balanced with academics and like communication and community and stuff like that. So
you know what's funny? You and Candy Johnson, y'all both said Black people were loud. Y'all both said it.
Black folks loud, bruh. They loud. They loud in there.
We can be, but I don't want to co-sign a stereotype. That's like saying we like chicken. Like, it's true, but like, I ain't gonna say
I like great pepper things. I like watermelon. I like fried chicken. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true. At least for me. But they do be loud in there. But I just like seeing them having fun. It's really cool.
Yeah, cool to see. I feel like whenever we're loud, that's when we're actually enjoying ourselves.
Exactly.
So it's not really bad. But I don't know.
Yeah, and you have to take what you get like out of PWI. It's nice to see each other. So
that's true. So what would you do different about your UJ journey so far?
I think probably the only thing I would do different is to be an RA. I know there's so many RAs out there, like, Kinya, what is wrong with you? Like, it's really signing your soul up for the university or housing, whatever. But I just feel like it's such a cool experience. And, like, I have friends that are RAs or, like, CAs. And just to see them go to, like, the programs and stuff or, like, the meetings that they have, I feel like it's, like, trauma bonding. And they're all so close together. And I think it would be really cool to kind of have, well, it's almost like orientation, but, like, not really. But you get to help first years in that way, too, or anybody who's in your hall and stuff like that. So I feel like it would have been a cool experience for me. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I hate living off campus. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why I ever chose to live off campus. I stayed in ECV. That was the most amazing time of my life. Like, walking to Joe Frank, walking to the gym. But yeah, I just think that people really take for granted how cool it is to just live on campus and go to class and come back. Like, I always have to bring, like, my car is always trash for everybody who sees my car because I have, like, 4 or 5 outfits in there from all the events I have to go to because I can't go home. So, yeah. But, yeah, definitely being RA. That would be the one for me.
I like how you said, like, it's like being an OL, but, like, I feel like OL, like, a smaller scale, like, more personal, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, because you only have, like, what, like, 20, 30 residents or something like that?
It's just that, like 2 floors, right? 2 or 3 floors.
Yeah, something like that. It really depends on your building, I think, so. Versus having over 400 students from the summer, but, yeah.
Can you remember me? Yeah.
Bro, I know no peace, bro. I know no peace. Like, walking around campus every 5 seconds. It's like, hey. Although, like, I do love seeing them. Yeah. But, you know, the days, like, where it's just not your best day. And sometimes you just want to be alone. But you never can really be alone just because there's so many students that really, like, a lot of them, they really care about us, which I appreciate. So I never take the job for granted. Like, I know there's sometimes when there's days it's just like, dang, like, I wish, like, I could be on my own. But then I have to remind myself, like these students are saying hi to me because like I made an impact on them and stuff like that. So it's really I try to practice gratitude a lot these days. So
that's good. So in your opinion, what makes BUGA BUGA?
I think I don't know. One thing I really love about BUGA is just like how open we are to like meeting each other. I feel like as the time goes on, it hasn't as gotten as open. But when we were coming in like our first year, our second year, we were really looking out for each other. Not that we don't do that now. I just really like how whenever you see like another like Black student, we always talk to each other. We always say hi, just because we know like how it is to be a student here. Although like me personally, I've never experienced like any direct racial biases or anything. Of course, like they don't sit next to us on the bus and those things kind of suck. I mean, they don't suck for me because I can spread out. It's not a problem for me, but it's just really cool to kind of have that community aspect out of PWI and stuff like fraternities and sororities. Even if you're not in those, there's people still here for you. So I think that's really like what I like about BUGA. You don't really have to go to like things like HBCUs to have those experiences. And I think it's even better that we all chose to come here, just because when you go into society, it's not going to be all Black people. The people that you're working with, you have to figure out like how to work with people, or like your white counterparts, people who don't look like you. So I think that's some of the things I really like about this school. Just seeing Black people succeed at such a big school, that was something that's really important to me too. So
yeah, I like how you mentioned like how the real world isn't like HBCU, because like a lot of companies like they advertise diversity and culture and acceptance. So like if you've never been around that, then it's hard to like be engaged in that.
Exactly, yeah.
But last question for you. So do you have any advice for BUGA about anything, anywhere, whatever?
Let's see. I guess the biggest thing for me is maybe just like don't harp on like all your mistakes. I know it's a lot easier said than done, and I still do that now. But of course, we all know like our journeys aren't going to be completely perfect, and if they are, cool. But if not, you kind of have to learn that you're going to learn from those experiences. Let's say like you apply for something, you don't get it. Okay, like you kind of go to the interview and ask them like, hey, what is something I can do better? So that's kind of like how you have to think about all the things that you go through throughout college, or the things that may not, I guess, turn out the ways that you hope so, and things like that. And I would also say like have fun. College isn't just, although academics is very important. I would say like get involved, do things that you like to do, do things you're passionate about, because that's really what makes you like find your roots out of college and set your roots here and find your people. So yay, that's pretty much it.
Advice from Kinya, y'all. Take it. All right, Kinya, thank you for joining me today. I had a great time.
Of course, I'm glad I got to come back for the second time.
No,
well, they don't know that, but yeah, I had to come back. But these mics are so cool, by the way. I feel like I'm doing ASMR really right now. Maybe y'all should do a mukbang or something like that.
I might have a poetic word. No, I'm just like. All right, thank you again. BUGA, y'all.
Yeah, that was so good. Thank y'all for doing this for me again.
No problem.
Appreciate it.